Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming my February wrap-up for all books I read in the month of February. I read the amount of 34 books in the month, but some of them were really short, but still 34 books. I am on a roll and I feel really cool. Great. I'm not gonna talk about all 34 books in this video. Some of them I have already wrapped up in other wrap-ups, which is already up on my channel. First of all, for Got a Thing for Winter, I read these 4 books here. It is A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin, The Darius the Great is Not Okay by Abid Corham, The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. All these I am already talked about in my Got a Thing for Winter wrap-up. In the month of February, I also did Blackathon, and for that I read these 5 books here. We have The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, Pride by E.B. Soulboy, On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, Anger is a Gift by Mark Oshiro, and Princess Ever After by Katie O'Neill. All these 5 books here I talked about in my Blackathon wrap-up, which is also up on my channel. I'm going to talk about all the other books I read in February except those, so already we are down to much less, so that is great. Woohoo, not a billion long video, I hope. The books I read are spread everywhere, so I'm trying to collect them here. In between every book I read, I reread my absolutely all-time favorite series, which is a Norwegian young adult fantasy series. I reread them all throughout the month, and they are a couple of 100 pages each, but I used such a short time reading them because they're really easy reads for me. We have the first book here, which is named in Norwegian Profetiens Utvalgte. In English it could be like the Prophecies Chosen Ones. It is a 7-book series. I have the whole series here and I read all of these. Thoughts on them? It's a bit weird for me because I read the first one at least like 20 times. I reread them just over and over when I was younger. It's a few years since I reread them now, and I recognize the story in the first 3 ones so vividly because those are the ones I read the most. The 4th one and 5th one, 6th and 7th one I don't have that clear memories of, especially the last 2 ones because I read those the least, and these I read like a couple of times. The 7th one I only read 2 times previously, and I can definitely see that the story I enjoy much more in the beginning, not because it's more known to me. I just feel like the story is much more planned out in the beginning, and in the end it's much more of filler books. At least book 6, nothing really happens. It's just a total filler book. Like, I love this series with all my heart. I rated them all 5 stars, and they are like my heart books, my all-time favorite series forever. But I can definitely see that if I read them now, I wouldn't of course enjoy them as much. As I said, I loved every page. It follows these 2 elf children, Alke and Ilke, and they find out that they are the prophecies chosen. The prophecy is written down in this book called Phenomena, and this whole series' name is Phenomena, and we follow them on their journeys throughout this magical country named Aldra, where they're gonna free it from the evilness ruling in the north. And they basically just follow their journey and how they, you know, fulfill the prophecies written down, and they are followed by this wizard named Shara and this polar bear named Arl, and I love the world, I love the characters. There's so many great parts of its story, and it was really nice to reread again. There's a reason I reread it, just like it wasn't randomly, but I will get to that really soon. But yeah, this is 7 reads altogether, so clearly this wrap-up already talked about so many books, guys. I also read more Phenomena, which is this series here. This is a 6-book series following one of the really known characters in the Phenomena series. His name is Asu. This is the name of the series as well. These books are really short. They're all like on 40 pages each. I probably read one of them under 10 minutes, each and every one of them, so it was quick reads. I have read this whole series before, but this one I only read like once, and since it's just such a short experience, I didn't really remember anything, so it was really nice to read them again. And Asu is one of my favorite characters ever, so that was great. And I love these 2 pieces. When it was announced that he was writing these back in the day when Phenomena was over, I freaked out because I thought it was over, and then I got more in the universe, and I was really pleased. It's even more phenomena here. This is another short series following another character named Yulsa in the universe, and I absolutely love him as well. I had only previously read the 3 first ones. I reread those, but the 3 last ones I had never read before, so I didn't know actually how this story wrapped up, and I absolutely love them. It was so nice to just read this new material, and it's not like I had remembered what happened in these anyway, but still, I just like, wow. So I really enjoyed both Azur and this Yulsa series. I think that it has some really strong parts, and the illustrations are just adorable, so I love that as well. Yay for a lot of rereads. This is also like 6 books as the last ones. So even though this was my last read for last month, except the manga I believe, I'm gonna just talk about it now because it fits really with the theme of all the other books I talked about, and that is Mörkrets barn, or The Darkness's Children. This is also by Ruben Lesner, like all the other Phenomena books, and it is a continuation of the series. It's not the 8th book, it's more like the first book in a new series set 20 years after the last book ended. He self-published this book, and I was in the fundraising to publish it. So I got it finally, and it's signed to me. If I can find a freaking page, it's signed to me, and I love that because he has been my favorite author since forever. Having a signed book from his, I can't describe to you how much it means to me. This is at 20 years after the ending of the last series. I can really read this with new eyes now because I haven't read this 20 times before, and also I had just reread all the other books, so I had everything clear in my mind. I was such in the mood for it, and I think it was a really right choice for me to reread everything before as well. It's supposed to follow Alk's daughter Isa, but really she's the main character, but there's so many other characters in this that we follow perspective of. I can't even say that she had the most pages in this one. Of course, obviously don't want to spoil this. I have written like a long thing on Goodreads because I needed to collect my thoughts and have them somewhere for when the next book in this is released. But really, I love the world and I love the author's style, but I was sort of let down by this because it promises us answers that it doesn't give us, and it's really a setup build-up story. It doesn't have its own plot on its own, and what I enjoyed so much about the other books is that it really does feel like an ending and a beginning, and like we set out to a storyline and sort of on a quest, and here we just wander around and set up pieces, but nothing really comes together here. So it really just feel like a beginning of the story, and I know it's a series, so that's really normal to have a beginning of the story, but it doesn't feel like it had grounds enough for even being called the first book. But like, I loved it because I'm biased, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't really like Isa as well. She's like a typical female character I wouldn't usually enjoy, and I didn't like her, but I like some other character in this, and we get to see old characters. But Alk, which is like Isa's father and the main character of the main series, acts so out of character, and it's really strange to me, and there is some world building in there that is not consistent with the other books, so that was also a bit confusing. It sounds really negative right now, but you can imagine how obsessed I have been with the original series for years and years and years, so of course I think about all the details when finally reading more in the universe. It's like a really natural thing. I love the world, I love the new pieces we got from the world, and I am really excited for the next installments in the series. I would say that I could give it like 3 stars, 3.5, but since I'm biased and since it's like my favorite ever, it gets a raise of 4 stars. Yay. I swear I am done talking about Phenomena now, so I will go to some other books that I read. In the month of February, I managed to finish The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon in like 3 days. I have posted a full video review of this, so I won't talk that much about it, but it is set in this massive fantasy world, and there is dragons and a queendom and lots of other cool shit going on here. I love this to pieces. I loved so many parts of it. I loved the characters, and the world was amazing. I just felt like the plot was a bit too flat for me to like completely love it as I wanted to, but I loved it a lot, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars 4.5 out of 5 stars. It also has a stunning cover. Definitely recommend this if you heard about it and you've been hesitant to pick it up, you're intimidated by its size. I recommend it a lot, and just pick it up because it was a great fantasy story. It was so diverse and nice, and I loved it. It has an FF romance in it. Go and enjoy this now because it's out now. Enjoy, obviously, because I'm holding it. This is, yeah, nice. Okay. I also read The Promised Neverland Volume 1 and Volume 2 in the month of February. These are by Kai Shirai and the art is by Posuka Demisu. I feel like it's hard to talk about this without spoiling anything, but it basically follows these kids here. They are living in this orphanage. Every day they take these tests and then they get to play, and they're living a really nice and comfortable life, and then they find out that reasons for their existence. But the thing is that what I would consider a spoiler does say behind on the synopsis, so if you read about it you will know instantly the plot twist, but I don't want to say it either way. The point is that this is full of plot twists and craziness. I am enjoying the story a lot so far. If you want like a really twisted and dark tale, there you have it. I feel like I can't say that much because I don't want to spoil anything. It's really like you have to discover the story for yourself if you want it. But it looks sweet, it is not sweet, it is really dark, so a warning for that. Like, don't pick up if you want a sweet orphanage story. And has just really great characters that really distinct themselves on the pages, and I just love how smart everyone is. I love smart people and storylines, so it really is a thing that I would enjoy. I also been watching the anime as I've been reading them, and I'm enjoying that a lot as well. So yeah, we will see what the story brings in the future. I also read Sal and Gabby Breaks the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. This is a arc that I got from a friend, so I am really lucky. I posted a full video review of this, so I recommend you watching that if you want even more in-depth thoughts. This follows Sal, who has just moved to Miami. Is it Miami? I hope so. And he has started his new school. He gets to the principal office every single day. He meets Gabby, who is just this awesome A+ student, newspaper, everything lady, and Sal is a magician, and he can also go and take things from parallel universes because there are infinite of them. It is like super sweet, super smart, and also has like really serious themes. Like death is really potent here, but it's never like depressing. It's only like they are scratching the surface of it and they talk about it in a serious way. It is a really great book, and I recommend it so much because it was adorable and genius. Oh yay. Oh my god, I couldn't find the next book I was gonna talk about. I just had to look like everywhere, but I found it. The last two books I'm gonna talk about today, or mangas, is Bloom Into You. I read Volume 1 and Volume 2 in the month of February. This follows Yu, who has always wanted to experience like a great love, but she hasn't yet. Then she meets the student council member Nanami, and Nanami falls in love with Yu, but she does not return these feelings. They not together, but she's letting Nanami love her. I don't understand exactly like how this is gonna work out, but it is really sweet and I am enjoying it a lot so far. It is like, it's a Yuri manga if you didn't get that, and it's just like really innocent and adorable, and I am shipping the two girls here a lot. She wants to fall in love with her, but she can't like get herself to yet, so like what's gonna happen? I don't know, but as I said, really sweet, and I am enjoying it a lot. So we'll see. I recommend it if you want some FF romance that's not like too much, because I have experienced that before. This is like the exact amount of sweetness you would want in your life. So yay, great. So I basically just started two really different genres of mangas this month, but they're both great. I think that is it for this video. I actually read a lot, but it wasn't that much to talk about in this, and I am grateful because who wanna talk forever? Not me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and check out the other wrap-ups if you want my thoughts about those books there, and you will see me soon in a new one. Bye!